Funny for Fox News to make this coverage. Yeah, I wonder who's most responsible for the dangerous, violent rhetoric. I don't know. We'll find out soon.
Attacked Governor Shapiro with a hammer had he found him inside. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News Balmer has posted disdain for Democrats. And George, they're also not ruling out whether
that dude was not political, man. I can tell you that outright. He just wanted to harm a politician, and that dude was the closest. You underestimate Central Pennsylvania's ability to be mediocre in every way? No, dude. Come on.
Shapiro's Jewish faith may have played a role in motivating the attack. George.
Okay, Aaron, thanks very much.
We're learning new details in a new plot to assassinate President.
Wait, this one is a crazy one, too. Wisconsin teen murdered parents plotted to assassinate Trump. This is another... Bro, what is going on in this fucking country? This dude is literally a neo-Nazi, okay? And he was just mad at Trump for not being neo-Nazi enough, I think. What the fuck? I've talked about this the other day. If there's someone that ends up trying to fucking, do the deed on Trump again, it's probably going to be another fucking registered Republican. Or like a person that is far right or right wing in general, because it's just so like they're just so fucking violent that they just end up killing their own or attempting to kill their own people.
President Trump, and on the arson attack against Governor Josh Shapiro's home, where a man is accused of setting fire to the official residence while the governor and his family slept. The disturbing cases are raising serious concerns about an environment where hatred and violence are being normalized.
This is so funny for Fox News to make this coverage. Yeah, I wonder who's most responsible for the dangerous, violent rhetoric. I'm looking all around, and I seemingly can't figure out who is most responsible for the dangerous, violent rhetoric, dude. Yeah, this kind of violence is so normalized. Why won't anybody put a stop to it? Whose fault may this be? Oh, God.
And in some cases, justified. Alexis McAdams is live in Harrisburg with the latest on the arson attack on Governor Shapiro.
I'm not even discounting the notion of like a leftist or a left-leaning guy doing a deed such as this one. At a certain point, it's America. Dude, it is the most American thing, okay? Doing political violence, specifically with guns, engaging in a mass shooting or something like that is the most American thing. I'll tell you, I'll take it one step further. It is so American that even a trans person has done it. It is so American that even like a 75-year-old Asian dude has done it. It's so American that women have done it. Okay, that's how American it is, that like virtually every subcategory, every class, every type of person in America has at some point done a fucking mass shooting or an instance of political violence. That's how fucking normalized this is. The overwhelming majority of said incidents, of course, come from the far right. Almost all of them are far right dipshits. And it's such a far right dipshit thing to do that there are black dudes who are also neo-Nazis, like openly neo-Nazis that engage in school shootings and are like, oh, I want to do a race war on behalf of the white race. As a black person, that is how fucking far right this shit is. Okay, that happened not that long ago, chat. I'm not even making this shit up. That's literally a thing that happened. There was a kid. It's just a part of assimilating to America. Anyway, so it's just funny to have Fox News be like, who's responsible for this?
We go to Garrett Tenney for more on the plot to assassinate President Trump. Garrett.
Yeah, Kaylee, this story is wild. Prosecutors say 17-year-old Nikita Kasip killed his mom and stepdad back in February so that he could steal from them the money he needed to try to assassinate President Donald Trump. When police arrested the teen, he had $14,000 in cash, jewelry, pictures on his phone of his stepdad's debit and credit cards, along with his stepdad's bank account information. The plan, according to the FBI, was to use a drone with explosives to kill the president and spark a political revolution in the U.S. Court documents state Kazip appears to have written a manifesto calling for the assassination of the president of the United States. He was in touch with other parties about his plan to kill the president and overthrow the government of the United States. Investigators say the teen identified himself as a follower of a neo-Nazi cult that advocates
Seems to me like that's a registered Democrat right there. Definitely. Who's responsible for this kind of violent rhetoric, guys? I can't fucking figure it out. I can't seem to figure it out. Dude, I'm sorry. It's hard not to laugh at the situation because it's like, this is a horrifying situation, but like, it's the most American thing. It's the most American fucking thing. Oh my God.
Using violence and terrorism to overthrow governments, and he had already paid in part for a drone and
It's also so fucking stupid. Like, why is it that all these fucking dumbass neo-Nazi white supremacist shooters, they think like if they successfully pull off an assassination, all of a sudden race war? Like, how does that, like, even during the order time, okay, even back then they had like a more coherent, well flushed out plan, you know, institute a bunch of bank robberies and fucking arm an entire militia movement. Like, these guys are just simply, they're just like, yeah, I'll just kill a bunch of people and then race war. How do you think that's why do you think that's gonna happen? Like, what the fuck? It's just so strange. They always say they're doing this to save the white race. They're doing this because, like, if they kill enough black people, or if they kill enough brown people, or if they kill the fucking president, who is also pretty much a fucking Nazi himself, that, like, magically it will turn, like, magically the country overnight is going to turn into a race war. They're like, oh, finally. Finally, race war time. I was waiting for this moment.
Explosives to do just that. Other messages found on his phone suggest that he was getting at least some guidance and support from others who claimed to be from abroad and spoke Russian. In several messages, the teen allegedly wrote, "How long will I need to hide before I will be moved to Ukraine? 1 to 2 months? And then,
what?
So while in Ukraine, I'll be able to get a normal job and have a normal life, even if when it's found out what I did." This investigation is still very much ongoing. We will likely continue to learn more ahead of his next court appearance, which is on May 7th. Kaylee?
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily.
Bro, what the fuck is going on? Dude, what is happening? I feel like... Ryan Ruth 2.0? No, I don't. Speaking Russian, but going to Ukraine? Yeah, I mean, Zelensky involvement confirmed. U.S. going to invade Ukraine? Yeah, okay. The kid had Order of 9 angle stuff on his phone. This network is fucking insane and has inspired other shooters. Satanic left-hand path and terrorist network that originated in the UK but has since branched out in other parts of the world. Claiming to have been established in the 1960s, it rose to public recognition in the early 80s, attracting attention for his neo-Nazi ideology and activism. Describing his approach as traditional Satanism, it also exhibits hermetic and modern pagan elements in his beliefs. Why are there so many fucking esoteric Nazi movements, man? This is one of the Telegram groups related to the female mass shooter and the black mass shooter as well. it is wild that there's just so many of these like 4chan adjacent fucking Telegram channels where they straight up are doing what previously was done by our intelligence communities to do, false flag attacks that only to thwart those attacks before they actually came to fruition. And then, go, hey, we did it. We stopped it. This is a real problem and we're stopping it. Now I feel like there are so many fucking insane people primed and ready to go that I guess people from other countries are able to do this. The ONA is literally terrifying. They promote CP because it's evil. Jesus Christ. Previously, Lamar, the FBI still radicalizing people, especially in online right-wing chat rooms. Look at the drone bomber guy who tried to bomb Nashville last election. Yeah, there's definitely they still do that for sure. Human sacrifice. The ONA's writings condone and encourage human sacrifice, referring to victims as opfers. The ONA outlines the guidelines for human sacrifice in a number of documents. A Gift for the Prince, A Guide to Human Sacrifice, Culling, A Guide to Sacrifice to Victims, A Sinister Expose, and Guidelines for Testing of Offers. According to ONA's beliefs, the killer must allow their victims to self-select themselves. This is achieved through testing victims to see whether they expose perceived character faults. If this proves to be the case, it is believed that victims have shown that they're worthy of death and the sacrifice can commence. What the fuck? I studied their practices when my ex joined the TSD in order to have a religious right to abortion. It's just edgy teenager shit. Yeah, except edgy teenager shit can be dramatically scaled back by, reasonable gun control and access to medical care, like psychiatric treatment and shit like that. When you don't have that, you have basically nascent lone wolf terrorists just waiting to be primed with oftentimes a readily available arsenal that they can use.